We need to run, otherwise bus will leave us.
In the 1st century AD, when Jesus was crucified, and he bought Jesus' robe from the guard.
Good morning, guys. Day 2. Day 2 with the same date again 2. So today we are going Mtskheta, that is old city and ancient capital of Georgia. Where we are going? Okay, that's the bus. Let's go.
Ayun daw. Dito na lang. Dito kayo.
अभी टाइम था मस्केता जाने का और जॉर्जिया के बारे में और जानने का। जॉर्जिया का कल्चर वैसे भी काफ़ी कलरफुल था। होपफुली यू लाइक इट।
This is one of the biggest and the most beautiful streets in Tbilisi. It was developed in the 19th century as the entertainment center of Tbilisi.
इस टूर को हमने बुक किया था WST यानी कि वर्ल्ड साइट सीइंग ट्रैवलर के साथ, जो हमें बस में लेके गए। गाइड भी हमारे साथ थे और मस्केता जाने से पहले हम रुकने वाले थे हमारे फर्स्ट स्टॉप पे, जो था ज़वेरी माउंटेन, टू लुक इनटू दिस ब्यूटीफुल 6th century monastery, ज़वेरी monastery. Hey guys, so finally we are here. ये है ज़वेरी monastery and this is from 6th century. ये मिडवेल पीरियड की है जॉर्जिया के and it was never demolished, never reconstructed. And the beautiful thing is this is also an UNESCO World Heritage Site.
We need to run, otherwise bus will leave us.
नाउ हम ओरिजिनल मस्केता में एंटर कर रहे हैं। And this is the main stop, guys. This is the main monastery or cathedral or church, you can say anything, but this is a very ancient from 5th century. और इसके बारे में अभी आगे जाके आपको और पता चलेगा, तो प्लीज़ बने रहिएगा। टूर चालू होने वाला है हमारा। मुझे काफ़ी मज़ा आने वाला है और आपके साथ, क्योंकि मैं बहुत इंटरेस्टेड हूँ इसके बारे में, मैंने काफ़ी पढ़ा है। This is one of the best and popular cathedral of Mtskheta.
In the 1st century AD, when Jesus was crucified, one Jew from Mtskheta called Elias was there, and he bought Jesus' robe from the guard. He brought it here and gave it to his sister Sidonia, but when she took the robe, because of the overwhelming emotions, she died. And when they wanted to bury her, they couldn't separate her from the robe. So they buried them together, and the burial site is inside of the church, where we'll see it later. And when Saint Nino came to Georgia, on Sidonia's grave, a cedar grew. And when Saint Nino came to Georgia, she said that a church should be built of that cedar. But that cedar was oiling also, and people who were touching it were healing, were cured of all their diseases. So when they cut the cedar and made the pillars of it, one of the pillars raised in the air and wouldn't come down until Saint Nino prayed. This is why it's called Svetitskhoveli, because Svetitskhoveli means live pillar, because it was moving on its own and it was flying in the air. You see the St. Nino's cross? That's the site, and partly it was inside there. You will see the under the glass in the church the remains and the columns of that church of the 5th century. But that church was mostly ruined in the 8th century by the Syrians. And this is already of the 11th century, the building itself, this one. In the center, under the window, in the center, you see the reliefs of Virgin Mary, Jesus, and John the Baptist, and the angels on the side, and then the bullheads with the grapes and wheats, also symbolizing Georgia and its agriculture.
And finally it was time to get inside. So अभी हम जा रहे हैं अंदर. We are going inside to check where the Jesus robe is. Actually this is the legit site according to our tour guide.
That's the burial site of Sidonia, and the alleged place where the Jesus robe is. There is a piece of bone of St. Andrew stored there and left in the window.
Of Georgia, Mtskheta. Look.
The streets are quite fascinating, and now it was time to go taste wine. The Georgian wine, it's very famous in all over the world, and we are about to taste it. Obviously we didn't taste it, but this is just a glimpse. So here it is. So now we are almost done with the day, and we are going back to our bus.
For milkshake, yes, again. Milkshake.
Finally the day was over and it was time for night. And because our hotel, as you guys have already seen, it was just opposite side of the world's third biggest or tallest cathedral, famous Trinity Cathedral in Tbilisi, Georgia. So it was time to explore this, and here are some pictures and videos for you. I hope you will like it. Because it was our second day, and we kept this one on priority for our second day, because next day we were going to Kaspegi.